I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on this Chrysler 300. These are all the items you'll need. I created a separate video that explains the list of these items and why you might want to use some of these. Anyway, let's get started. Drive your car for like 5-10 minutes, then put it up on the ramps. Then put the jack stands underneath the car for safety. You could also use jack if you want instead of the ramps, or you can use the ramps, the jack stand, and this. Of course, make sure your car is on a level surface. You could also put some chucks behind the wheel or whatever you want. Again, just emphasize safety. Next, get your cardboard and or creeper, and you're gonna push all this underneath. You're gonna need your gloves, your glasses, get some of your tools. You don't need everything right now, but you want your breaker bar, optional, ratchets and sockets, some shop towels. You might need this, and the oil pan, and I got a light right there. So it's really close, the oil, where you're going to change the oil. It's like literally right underneath the car. Now, one thing I should mention, I have in another video, you might have to take your splash shield off just for ease of access. But you can watch that other video if you want. Otherwise, if you don't have a splash shield, great. Turn the light on. I just got on my back. There's my oil filter. And then right here, this bolt. It's on the back of the car. So now, it looks a little rusted. I could put some PB Blaster in here, but I'm not. I'm just going to see first if I can use my regular ratchet. And I've determined that I need a 13 millimeter. So I'll put my ratchet on here. This is the drain plug. Put it kind of below the oil pan, but when this comes out, it's going to come out dripping a little bit, and then it's just going to shoot straight out into this pan. So I'm going to put a little bit of shop towels around the pan just in case, and go from there. And if you can't get it out, then you can spray it with some PB Blaster. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, make sure you have your gloves and your safety glasses on. Make sure this is the drain plug. Make sure you have an oil pan and it is below it. For me, this is a 13 millimeter socket. It is going to be lefty loosey. Okay, this might be hot, so keep that in mind. Well, I cannot get that off, so now I'm going to just spray a little PB Blaster. Right. Okay, now I'm just going to push forward. Here's my breaker bar. Breaker bar time. There we go. Excellent. You should use the breaker bar just to loosen it, and then get your ratchet out again and start turning it. See that? Turns nice and easy. Same thing with the ratchet and socket. Just keep turning. Slowly. Okay. Now, just gonna take this out slowly, very slowly, very slowly. Okay, see? Well, the oil is now coming out very slowly, and let's do it, and there we go. Now it's coming out. Let that fully drain. Okay, so I drained all the oil. I just want to do a quick recap. And I did make a little bit of mess, so that's why it's great that I had shop towels. I could not get this off originally, the drain plug, so I sprayed some of this PB Blaster on, and then I used my breaker bar, and then I took the 13 millimeter socket off, I put it on my ratchet, and slowly turned it, and then I just went popped, and all the oil came out. Made a little bit of a mess, so I'm cleaning that up now, and then we'll proceed to the next step, which is taking out the oil filter. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can get the oil filter off, and I obviously unscrew it with my hands. So now I'm going to grab my oil filter wrench, and just going to try to get a grip with it. You're going to turn it to the counterclockwise, to the left, lefty-loosey. Get a good grip on it and start turning it. Very easy. See that? Very easy. Got a good enough grip on it. Now let's see if I can turn it with my hands. Get the oil pan ready. Should drip out quite slowly. Just let it drip. That's okay. Okay. There we go. Dump that oil in here. Okay, after you take drain the oil from the drain plug and you took off the oil filter, go ahead and just clean it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously oil is going to go here. Okay, so a quick analysis of this oil. Of course it's dark, hasn't been changed. It's actually not too thick, so that's good, but definitely dirty, as you can see. So it definitely needed an oil change. So now you can either put this oil to the side or dump it into a jug. I'm just going to put it in the jug real quick. Okay, and now I'm going to pour the old oil into the funnel. Nice and slowly. Anyway, make sure you just take your old oil filter and place it to the side. We're going to use a little bit of that again later. Now, let's go put the drain plug on. Some people, I should mention, do replace the drain plug with a new gasket. This one still looks pretty good, so I'm just going to reuse this. But maybe next time I'll just put a new gasket on, or just buy a new drain plug with the gasket and put it on. Alright, let's do it. Okay, go ahead and grab your plug and just clean up the area. Screw it on by hand. And I'd like to stop here, clean a little bit more just in case. Grab your torque wrench, and in my case I set it to 20 foot-pounds as recommended by the manufacturer. Okay. Made a click, that means it's done. The drain plug is now on, and now we can move on to installing the new oil filter. Okay, next you're going to grab your oil filter, and what you're going to do is you're kind of going to just lube the trim of this. So grab a little bit of oil from your old oil filter. You're just going to put a little oil around it, kind of lube it up a little bit. There we go. Just put some oil on this rubber gasket part, and now we're going to put some oil in here. This is how many quarts of oil I need to put in my car. It's a 3.5 liter engine, so 10W30. I need 6 quarts, so that's what I'm going to put in. Okay, get the oil that is recommended by your manufacturer or by your car company. Mine is 10W30. I'm going to use the good oil because, well, I'm doing the oil change myself. I'm saving money already, so might as well put the best oil in, right? Okay, so grab your funnel. You're going to fill it up to the top. Okay, place your drain pan over the filter area. I'm just going to clean this again. And that's the stud. This should screw in. You'll get a nice bite once it's in. screw it by hand. You'll feel it when it's in it. Nice and tight. Just keep screwing it until it's nice and tight. Grab a shop towel and just clean it, and just turn it again with your hand. There we go. Just clean off wherever there's some excess oil. You can feel it, just go all around it. Okay, we are now done with putting the drain plug on and putting in the brand new oil filter. The last step you might have to do involving being underneath this car is putting the splash guard back on. We are now done with being underneath the car. So now let's go put some oil on. Okay, time to put the oil on. Alright, that's all 6 quarts. Okay, go ahead and remove the funnel. Go ahead and put the engine cap on. Great. Now it's time to clean up all your tools and supplies, put them to the side, and go ahead and turn your car on. Some cars you'll have an oil pressure signal. Mine unfortunately does not, so I'm just going to turn it on and leave it on for like a minute. Alright, now I'm going to back up off these ramps once I remove those jack stands, and then I'll turn the car back off so I can check the engine oil dipstick. Now that the car's turned off, we're going to check the oil level with the dipstick and see where the oil is at. It's definitely in between the min and max line. Okay, so that's how you change your oil on a car. This was a 2008 Chrysler 300. It wasn't hard at all. The hardest part was getting all the items and tools together, and then I guess the second hardest thing would have been draining the oil. This is a very easy job, doing it yourself instead of taking it to a mechanic, and you'll save some money, you'll know how to do it. I hope you enjoyed this process and this detailed guide. Please let me know, and if you need to use this video as a reference, go for it. Hope it helps. Thank you.